Hello, in this video we're going to be looking a little bit about myths to do with using food or toys in training. I think there can sometimes be a little bit of resistance between using reinforcement, be that particularly food, but sometimes toys in training, because people have various concerns, and those concerns are just basically because people don't always understand how to use them correctly. So I'm going to be talking about three of the biggest things I hear from clients, and the first is off. Thank you. And the first is, my dog will become reliant on the food. Now this is an interesting one. I mean, dogs can become reliant on the food if you don't know how to remove food laws, if you don't know how to employ different reinforcement schedules. So that is an important part of using food in training, is training how to wean it off. Now, I don't think of it as treats either, I think of it as payment, and we'll talk a bit about that later. The second one is, this is quite common, my dog will get fat. My dog will get fat if I use food in training. Well, I'm going to put a little clip in here. You can see my dogs. I don't see any fat dogs there. I think what you need to think about is, what are you using as a reward? What is the size of the reward? What is the frequency you're giving it? And how are you employing a pattern whereby you can reduce the frequency and wean the dog off? I think all of those things are important factors, and you might need some help in that. I'll put a little example in of Aria working for food and then reducing the frequency and fading it out. The final one is, my dog will become spoiled if I use reinforcers. My dog should do it because, you know, I'm in charge, or I've got the respect for my dog. Well, we all work, right? Well, majority of us work, and when you work, you probably like to get paid. If you didn't get paid, how would you feel about going to work every day? Now, I'm all for payment. I don't pay anything that's not worth paying, and I don't pay things that are established, but these are all things that you need to understand when you're delivering training using reinforcers. But the other thing to think about is, there's no better way to build a reliable behaviour than to use something the dog wants. And as you progress, that might be lots of other things. That might be play, it might be affection, it could be the environment. Primarily we tend to use food because most dogs are quite food driven. You've got to think about this. What motivates the dog? What is my relationship like with the dog? And ultimately, what is the reward history with the behaviour? Those are three important factors, and if you get those three sorted, that's when you can start looking at reducing the reinforcement rate and stuff like that. So I'm going to put another little clip in of my dog performing a behaviour, this time using toys, and subsequent videos we will be doing something on reinforcement. But those of you who've signed up to Patreon, make sure you get your ideas in, because I'm quite happy to make you some new videos. All right then, bye.